Hey guys, and welcome to Rob Settler Live. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend. And I know what you're saying. Oh my God, it's the weekend and you're live. It is Saturday and you're live. What is going on? Well, as I told you yesterday, this is the start of the E3 Expo. Big expo of all the big gaming companies, hardware and software alike, come and show off what they have been working on. This is like the big main event where they talk about big projects they have in the works, new games that they're working on, and it all starts out the first few days. The actual expo itself begins on the 12th, but leading up to the 12th, starting today, the 9th, 10th, 11th, and then the 12th in the morning, a lot of the big companies have their press conferences where they lay out what they're going to have in store, and the layout, everything that they have in store before they show it off on the expo floor and have media and fans alike who have access to it, to usually it's media, to play and get play the games and test out everything in person, so they can report about it and discuss it and move on from there. So what you see on the bottom of my screen here is the countdown to the EA Electronic Arts press conference. They are the first ones to kick things off when it comes to press conferences. What are the press conference schedule like? If you look here, I'll have it pop up. You have EA, followed by Microsoft, Bethesda, Square Enix, Ubisoft, PC Gaming Show, Sony, and then Nintendo. In this lovely graph, I'm in Central Time, where it says Example City, Chicago. So today at 1 p.m. here in a few minutes, EA will show off what it has in store for the coming year and the big games and big announcements. Tomorrow at around 3 p.m. Central Time, Microsoft with Xbox and its future. Bethesda, the ones who brought you Fallout and Doom, they will talk about what they have going on tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. And then on Monday, we'll kick it off with Square Enix, where the big anticipated game is that Kingdom Hearts 3 finally coming out. And more details about Kingdom Hearts. Ubisoft will also be going on, as well as PC Gaming, and Sony will round off Monday night. And on Tuesday, the big day for me, as the big Nintendo nerd in the house, I'm looking forward to the official Nintendo Direct. It's not a live press conference, it's a Nintendo Direct. They've been doing that for a while, and it's been working for Nintendo. It's been a lot of fun. Super Smash Brothers is the game that I am excited for the most and looking forward to, along with whatever surprises Nintendo has in store. They're getting ready here at the EA conference. Let us get to our live reactions and check out what is going on here. But that's the schedule up there. We're going to check this out together, watch it live, and see what EA has in store. We go in 3D. Are we introducing 3D gaming in this E3? A virtual reality, maybe?
Oh my gosh, how cool was that? So that was Anthem. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. But welcome everybody to EA Play. I'm Andrea Renee, and while you might recognize me from the gaming community, I'm kind of a new face around here. So this year, EA wanted to change things up because they know that I'm both a gamer and a fan. So they invited me to come and host the show. And I think this year is going to be a lot of fun, you guys. I hope you're ready, because we're about to kick the press conference off. But before we do that, EA Play is more than just the show you're about to watch. Right behind these doors, there is a fan fest outside, and it is huge this year. It's a full 3-day gaming festival where thousands of gamers can come and play games for free. Now, inside the theater here, there are hundreds of community members from all over the world who are going to be capturing, streaming, and getting their first impressions of the games that we're going to be showing off here today. But before we can get to that,
it's always
some
interesting
reveals,
to see
of
how,
course. We're going to kick things off with a look at Battlefield 5 multiplayer. Now, I know Trevor Noah gave you the first look. Yeah, we can clap it up.
To see how they try to
last month, but we've got some new stuff to show you today. Then we're going to move on to FIFA 19, and boy, do they have some big news, you guys. Any World Cup fans? You guys excited?
Oh, it is
going to be awesome.
Season.
Then we've got 2 new indie games to share, and then I'm going to come back towards the end of the show with some of my favorite developers to give you guys a nice, meaty look at Anthem. And of course, yeah, we got the woos for Anthem. I'm into it. You want to do this with me? Well, wouldn't it be fun, you guys, if I told you all the secrets at once, right? Well, give him a break. He needs to just enjoy the show.
Got a little camera time.
So without further ado, let's get things started.
So they said Battlefield 5, right? Is that what they're doing first? So I'm guessing they're going to do a live gaming demo.
Right, it's time to kick this thing off. It's been 2 weeks since the reveal of Battlefield 5. And you know what? It's been exciting, there's been a lot of speculation, and so many brilliant remixes of a reveal trailer. But there's also been lots and lots of questions from the community. And we've heard you want to see more gameplay innovations. You want to know how customization actually works. We want to know more about our take on the Second World War. So today, we'll show you more gameplay and why this is
World
the
War
deepest
II, then.
and most immersive battlefield yet.
It certainly is. You will use weapons around on the battlefield.
Oh man, what's going on? Let's refresh it. Well, that's fun. Well, let's see what's going on. Let's see if it's just my thing or if it's an entire... The joys of live streaming. Well, while this all right, so I see that it's getting, man, it is choppy. So while this is happening and going on and doing its own thing, quick reminder, as you can see on the top banner above my head, I do. On our channel here on Twitch and on YouTube, we do have gaming every Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We switch it up. We play different games, different types of games. Try to find new games, not just big title games, as well. But this is frustrating. Let's see. Normal speed, yes. Auto, yes. There we go. It's back to life. Kind of back to life. Come at me. Come on. There we go.
Ikke en dråpe. Jeg elsker deg.
So we just missed probably the trailer for the game.
Quando eu era criança, sempre sonhei em tornar-me um campeão. É preciso determinação e vontade de vencer. Até mesmo nos momentos mais difíceis, tu tens de continuar a acreditar. Esta é a tua oportunidade de te mostrares ao
This
mundo.
looks like a new soccer game,
Tu és
World
campeão.
Cup. Is this another FIFA? Man, everything's just lagging today.
That's the UEFA Champions League, the pinnacle of club football, where the world's best clubs compete and icons of the game like Gerrard and Cruyff cemented their legacies. The world's biggest league joins the world's game. And a special thanks to the legendary Hans Zimmer and LA's own Vince Staples for collaborating with us on the trailer. And I really love the trailer because
Hans
it
Zimmer.
captures
They
our
got
epic
Hans
vision
Zimmer.
for how the Champions
Big
League comes to life in FIFA 19.
Man, that's awesome.
And Lena's going to tell you a little bit more about that.
As Aaron said, the UEFA Champions League is an amazing addition for the game. It's where football's biggest heroes like Ronaldo and Neymar clash every year. And it's the place where champions rise. And you've been asking for this for a long time, and we are thrilled that it's here. And that's why we're bringing the Champions League across the game. There'll be an authentic Champions League tournament mode. Your club will chase this trophy in career mode. Alex Hunter will pursue Champions League glory in your story mode, The Journey, And in FIFA Ultimate Team, there'll be live and authentic Champions League content. And we'll share more details on that, along with all our other Ultimate Team features later this summer.
And all of that's just the beginning. As you know, the heart and soul of FIFA is gameplay. And this year, we're giving you the tools to control the pitch in every moment, from your tactical approach to the match to each technical touch.
See, FIFA's a...
And we know how passionate you are about gameplay, so we've worked hard to shape and refine our vision for FIFA 19 with input from our community. From hands-on tests with beginners to detailed feedback sessions with FIFA pros. And we're going to be sharing a lot more about gameplay throughout the summer, but what I can tell you right now is that the quality bar in gameplay was raised yet again this year. So we look forward to everybody experiencing the game on the hands-on sessions this week. And also, of course, we're extremely excited for everybody to play it when we launch on September 28th. And that's our FIFA 19 news, headlined by the UEFA Champions League. But I just wanted to take a minute to pause and reflect. Standing next to this trophy is a little bit surreal. You know, growing up, there's two iconic trophies that every young player dreams of winning. And for your club, it's this one, the pursuit of Champions League glory. But for your country, it's this trophy, the World Cup. And with the tournament starting in just 5 days, we're excited for the world to compete for it in FIFA 18.
As you can imagine, all of us on the FIFA team can't wait for the start of the World Cup. And we want to celebrate with FIFA 18 players, which is why we've just updated the game with a free World Cup experience on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PS, PC, and Nintendo Switch. But you can take Ronaldo and Portugal to their first World Cup victory. Or you can write your own story with some great nations who didn't qualify this year. Or you can make a crazy dream a reality for your home country, like mine, Iceland. Who would have thought that a nation of only 350,000 people would ever qualify? And you can feel their excitement.
Soccer is a fun game. I enjoy watching it.
Any England fans in the room that might still sting.
Time.
And Lena isn't the only one who's
I'm a big
excited.
Fan of the women's
FIFA 18 players are loving the World Cup experience so far.
Team USA.
But we don't want to stop there. We want to invite everyone to come and join the celebration. So I'm pleased to announce that for a limited time,
soccer, football,
FIFA 18 complete with the entire World Cup experience is available for a free trial on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and on PC through Origin Access.
Dedicated hardcore soccer
you can download and play the entire game right now for free.
So
yeah,
I know how big this game is, and I know that it is.
So to kick off the trial, we've got some of the world's biggest creators who are going to be playing live at the end of the show, representing their nations in a little mini World Cup tournament.
Just sports world.
And this summer will bring so much more for FIFA fans. Plenty of FIFA 18 content centered around the World Cup, and we'll bring you all the details on FIFA 19.
Games like
in
World
the meantime,
Cup,
let's all enjoy the World Cup.
In the Olympics as well.
Thank you.
Those are always fun to watch. So that's probably when I kind of get into soccer, when it's big things on the line like that. But things leading up to it, like qualifying matches and all that, unfortunately, I'm not invested as a lot of people are.
It is the big day, on the biggest stage, at the World Cup.
Good morning. EA Sports, FIFA 19. You know, the FIFA community never rests. 20 million people from 60 countries playing in competitive leagues this year. Well, the FIFA team never rests either, bringing the Champions League and the World Cup and so much other greatness to FIFA this year. We can't wait for you to experience it all. We've got so much to do here today, but I want to welcome you to EA Play. It's our third EA Play and our second one in Hollywood, and we couldn't be more excited to have you with us to share all the games that we have to show you. We've got lots to do, but before we move on, I'd like to share just a couple of things. The greatest disruption to the consumption of entertainment media in the last 5 years is the combination of streaming plus subscription. As consumers, watching movies, watching TV, listening to music, reading books has never been easier. And we believe that disruption is going to have a profound impact on our industry in the next few years. And so over the last couple of weeks, you will have seen that we announced a new team from Israel has joined Electronic Arts to help our investment to extend our thinking and extend our pioneering into this cloud gaming world.
During the weekdays.
For many people, that's going to mean extending the experiences they already play on our partner platforms.
Well, a lot from Nintendo as
well. For others, it's going to mean new games and new modalities of play across a whole variety of platforms. But for everyone, it's going to mean playing games anywhere, anytime. So this week, we've got a tech demo running. All of our games streaming in HD from the cloud to multiple devices that you'll be able to try out for yourselves. Now, it's not quite ready for full market prime time yet, but it is a promise of what we hope to bring you in the future. The second part of that, of course, is subscription. And we started subscription a number of years ago, and many millions of you have signed up and experienced the joy of being able to have full access to a great catalog of games. Today, we're announcing Origin Access Premier. So 3 things you need to know about it. Origin Access Premier will bring you all of our new PC games, starting with Madden NFL, back on the PC for the first time in over a decade.
Okay, interesting.
Then FIFA 19, Battlefield 5, and of course Anthem.
On a PC?
And there'll be many more titles in the years to come.
I feel like that's
Second, you get access to the Vault, our library of over 100 games from EA and other publishers. And third, it will launch later this summer. So that's a little later in the year, but if you want to get started right now and experience the benefits and joys of subscription, come in and play a free trial of Origin Access, our base subscription, this weekend. Thank you and have a great show.
Yeah, I see a lot of publishers going this route. My problem becomes now is, how many subscriptions am I going to have? It's going to add up, man. I've got Hulu, and Netflix, then HBO, then you do Showtime. That's just TV subscriptions. Then you've got to add to it EA, maybe Ubisoft must have one, Square Enix might want to have one. On top of PlayStation, Xbox, and soon it will be Nintendo's online subscriptions to access their gaming. It's going to add up. So, I understand. That's how we're consuming things now, streaming and not necessarily
what's up? So I'm
games.
here, sitting inside the crowded EA
games,
Play,
even though I love
and
the
I just
physical
happened
copies
to
of
find
games.
Mr. Vince Zampella here in the audience from Respawn. What's going on, Vince? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I love this stuff. I love
Oh, here we go again.
seeing new games.
I mean, someone's super excited about that man on PC, right? Yeah. So, you guys may have seen that Vince was tweeting yesterday, and there has been a bunch of speculation. So,
Dang
But we wanted to bring a little tidbit, so we've been working with Lucas on getting the name and kind of the setting for what our Star Wars game is going to be, and we're going to talk about it right now.
oh, you guys got any guesses? I bet you the internet is going wild right now.
I hope so. So the Star Wars name is Jedi Fallen Order.
Woo! So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
So it kind of gives you some idea that you'll be playing a Jedi.
So does that mean I get to like hold a lightsaber?
Yes.
So Vince, you got anything else?
Well, it takes place during the dark times. Trying to be a little vague here, but
Come on.
when the Jedis are being hunted, so it's going to be spectacular.
So for all the hardcore nerds out there who want to know like where in the timeline, like what between
This is a mess.
when can we play the game?
It will be holiday of next year, 2019, not this year.
Sorry to dash.
All right, so this is a game that's coming out next year. Gotcha. Holidays of next year, so it's like more than a year away. Because usually holiday season, we're talking about November, December, is when the games come out. There's a Star Wars Battlefront.
Hello there. My name is Dennis. I work at DICE in Stockholm on Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'm really happy and excited to be here today, so thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little bit. So we launched our game in November of last year, and clearly we didn't get it quite right.
No,
so
that
instead
game
of
had
coming
a
out of the
lot
gate
of problems.
sprinting like we really wanted to, we had to take a step
And tried
back
to microtransaction
and
the heck
make
out of its
sure
players.
that we were delivering the game that our players really wanted.
And so it
So
upset a
we
lot
decided to
of fans.
completely overhaul our progression system and add a bunch of new character cosmetics for players to collect instead. So from there, we added a new hunt mode inspired by the original Battlefront games that I loved personally, starting with the Ewoks on Endor. And thank you. It turned out to be by far the most popular update of the game, and the team loved building Ewok Hunt. So, as you might know, we're currently in our Han Solo season with content from the movie coming next week. It's headlined by the new planet Kessel, a really dangerous place, and it features the return of one of our favorite modes, Extraction. So looking forward a little bit, this summer we will be introducing a new squad system to the game, which will allow you to team up much easier and play with your friends. We're also adding a new Starfighter mode focused around
Oh man, all these lag issues.
attacking and taking out capital ships. But that's not all. We know that you have
Good thing is I'm gonna
deep into the Clone Wars.
really check into all of the lag issues.
It's only fitting that
'Cause
we
I'm
begin on the
hardwired to
planet
the internet,
Geonosis,
so
featuring multiple levels,
definitely not a
including
Wi-Fi
the
issue
largest
because I'm
level
not
we have
using Wi-Fi.
ever built for Battlefront.
So if it's
So let's talk about the heroes and
assuming it's
villains.
coming from me,
First,
if not.
let me introduce the most powerful droid, the leader of the most powerful droid army in the galaxy, General Grievous. And yes, he will be going up against my own personal favorite, Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. Finally making his debut in Battlefront after all these years. So, but we're not done. That's not it. They will not come alone. Joining them is the Dark Lord and leader of the Separatist Alliance, Count Dooku, as well as someone to bring balance to the Force, Obi-Wan's unruly Padawan, Anakin Skywalker.
I mean, these are all exciting, and Star
The
Wars
team
is a
at
fun
home
game.
is extremely
It's not a
excited to
game
be
that
building
I
all of
am,
these cool things. EA and DICE are committed to Battlefront.
I don't know if I have a lot
We
of
had a rough
EA,
start, but I
games
really
that I'm
think
just
that this game has
obsessed
a
and
bright
diehard
future.
for.
Thank you very much for playing the game, providing
My
us with your
reaction to
feedback,
this press
talking
conference
to
may
us.
be a little more
Together,
subdued
we will make this
than some of the other
the
ones will
greatest
be.
game
Like,
that
I'm
we can
excited for
possibly build.
Microsoft.
There would be no Battlefront
I'm excited to see what
without you.
PlayStation and Sony have
So
to
thank
offer,
you. May the
but
Force
I, and
be
I
with
am
you,
the
and
most
enjoy the rest
excited
of
about
E3.
what Nintendo,
Thanks.
the final press conference before the expo floors open. That is gonna be hype, and I'm gonna be super excited for that. What is this? Oh, what are you doing, yarn boy? What is this Yoshi yarn? No, I want to see what's going on. Wait, what was that? What was I looking at?
Hi, it's really good to see you. In Unravel, we used yarn to symbolize love and the bonds between people.
Unravel.
In our new game, you find hope, and you form a new bond, and your spark is rekindled, and it leads you off on an adventure. So welcome
this looks like a cute game.
to Unravel 2.
Unravel 2. Okay, I didn't even know anything about Unravel 1, but
it's
like
a game
the idea.
about fresh starts and second chances. These two little souls who refuse to give up and who build something new and beautiful together. And the whole game is inspired by that spirit of optimism and togetherness. You see, it's all made to be played with two characters. You can play it alone, or you can play it in co-op with a friend, but there's always two characters there,
game?
sharing one yarn and working together to get through this adventure. This game, it's quite different from the first. It's both friendlier and more challenging, but above all, it's a lot more playful. And we think it's a worthy successor. And I want to show it to you now, so I brought some help. So please welcome Michael to the stage. He's a producer at Coldwood. And we're going to try to show you a little bit of what I'm talking about how you can play the game in co-op with yourself, essentially.
Looks pretty.
So this wasn't prepared.
There we are. So when you're playing it by yourself, you can essentially pick up the other character and carry them along through the more fast-paced segments of the game. And we actually tried to include a bit more of those because we figured that since it's a co-op game, we wanted to have more like thrill and danger and kind of wow moments. Places that were like fun and exciting.
This looks pretty nice. I mean, it's a pretty game, for sure.
And then when you get to the more puzzly areas like this, when you're problem solving, you can split apart into two and switch back and forth between the two characters, because that's how we've essentially designed all the problems and puzzles of the game, that you're always working together and helping each other out and utilizing this bond between you to overcome any obstacle that you come across. So I guess I'll jump in at this point.
Yeah, come join me. So I'm gonna be the red one.
Okay.
You'll be the blue one.
I'll be blue. A little celebratory flip there. And the bird is back. Oops. Okay, playing it safely now.
Oops.
I'll swing.
All right.
It's got epic music.
Nice. And I'll catch you.
There you go. Can I swing now?
What are we avoiding? A turkey?
Oh. Okay, this is the scary part. Let's see if we can do it. Got it? Oh, very nice. No. Faster. Oh, sweet. Well done. Okay, I'll go up and distract the grouse. You can.
I'll sneak up here.
Okay, your turn.
Yeah. Look at me. There you go.
Keep him over to the left. Now I'll go.
All right.
I'll
pull you up. There you go.
Now we can breathe again.
Yeah, finally.
Or can we?
Oh no.
So that's a quick little look at Unravel 2.
I like this game. Okay, so this is probably okay. So far, I don't know how long we've been in this now.
Yeah,
about 30 minutes.
I really
into
hope you like it.
Unravel 2 looks like my kind of game that I can enjoy. Battlefield 5. That's it's a good game, but it's another first-person shooter game. So they all play the same and do the same, in my opinion. FIFA and Madden, those kind of sporty games. Also eventually play about the same way as well. So just because it's the 2019 version versus the 2018 version, I don't necessarily feel a big difference. This looks new. This looks interesting. Compelling story. Something that I may hop into myself. Maybe something we can play on our live streams here once it comes out. So that'd be a lot of fun. Because these are the kind of fun games that not always people hear about. Like I said, I didn't even know there was an Unravel 1. So I may look into that and see where that game is and try that out before this comes out.
Thank you, Martin, and the brilliant team at Coldwood. The game is really strong. These guys have done an amazing job, and it's clear that they have a lot of passion, and I can't personally wait to play Unravel 2 with my kids.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep a list of games that we want to try out together. We can do them on the live stream.
On their next big adventure starting today. The game is finished. It's out.
Wait, the game is out?
So thank you, Martin, and thank you to the team at Coldwood.
I guess we're going to be trying this out like really soon now.
The original Unravel, to seek out the most creative, independent developers and bring them into our EA Originals program. It's been our way of helping these creators bring their unique games to the world and to tell their stories.
I have it written
last
down.
year, if you remember, Joseph Fares was up here on stage representing his team at Hazelight and The Way Out. And I think we all kind of remember that.
Oh, I've heard of The Way Out.
And
I've
you might
actually
even
seen
remember
some people
him
play
from
Way
the
Out.
Game Awards as well. I think I did. Anyhow, in March, that game caught fire. It's innovative, it's fun, and it's something fresh and new, and you all loved it. We saw over 2 million players in the first 2 weeks. And A Way Out is such a huge success that Joseph and his team are expanding and moving into a new studio. So stories like this drive our industry, and it's why we will continue to work with independent developers to help them realize their dreams. Which leads us to our next EA Originals title, from a little game studio in Berlin called Joe My Games. When I met this team and I saw the game, I was instantly drawn to how personal this story was. It's one that carries a very powerful and important message, and it's unlike anything we have ever done. So please welcome Connie Gepper to the stage from Joe My Games to tell you more about Sea of Solitude.
Sea of Solitude. All right. See, these are the kind of games that I am drawn to.
Thank you, Patrick.
Nervous and excited.
I remember during the pitch how enthusiastic Patrick was, and that afterwards, like, our whole team, including me, were super excited. It actually feels a little bit the same right now. I'm pretty excited, maybe a little too excited.
You got this. You got this. Show off the game. It looks pretty so far.
We are Yomai, a small indie game studio from Berlin, and we are developing Sea of Solitude, or SOS as we call it. The whole
SOS.
journey from the very first concept to actually becoming a part of EA Originals is simply amazing. Let me tell you more about our game. When humans get too lonely, they turn into monsters. This is at the core of everything you will see, hear, and hopefully feel while playing SOS. What makes this underlying concept so important and so unique is that nearly every human being can at least somehow relate to or remember the feeling of being lonely. In my case, I started writing the story when I felt the loneliest in my life. I think as an artist, you process your emotional world by letting it out and putting it into your art. I'm still amazed how the concept seems to just float out of me right into the hand and onto the paper. I think this is also why so many people can instantly connect with the game, because it's not a made-up story, even though that it takes place in a fantastic setting. In SOS, we try to show how people experience different kinds of loneliness, but also how outsiders, friends, and families see those who struggle. We achieve all this in playful ways so that players who wants to simply enjoy a fantastic experience can do so. But player who wants to look a bit deeper can reveal a whole emotional world beneath it all. Sea of Solitude is about a young woman named Kay who is suffering from such strong loneliness that her inner feeling, the darkness, the anger, the hopelessness, worthlessness, turns to the outside and she becomes a monster. The game is about finding out why this happened to her, but also how to turn her back into a human. Ultimately, the goal is to bring all those emotions into balance. Some needs to become bigger, some would be better off a little smaller, but to embrace even your destructive part or your self-doubt in the same way you embrace your joy or your hope. This is what being human is all about. And that's what our game is all about. Thank you.
All right, let's check it out.
Real?
The concept, it sounds cool. Oh, look at that art style. Ooh.
This world that I live in.
These are the kind of games I also like to play. Just layers of emotion
The loneliness cuts
and
me
that is creepy.
and tortures my soul. I'm no child of destiny and no fortune's son. I've just chased you so long now, I'm too weak to run. A new day is here, but nothing is new. Alone in my room, I tremble for you.
Dude. Yes, that looks awesome. Sea of Solitude. I'm writing that down.
Yeah, I'm the one. But I'm not the only one. We are the one. We can shut you down, and we can put you on an island. Crossover. Gather.
Got 2 games out of it so far. Yeah.
And we're balling. Be ready. Because we're coming at you with the squad. Say it how you want. Trust the process. Run as one. Call next.
I mean, this looks cool too, but it falls into that sports category that it's fun to play with, probably a group of people, but
just remember though,
outside of that group fun party environment, it's not really for me. It can be for so many other people, and it already is. So, but this game looks pretty nice.
And this is my squad.
NBA Live. Yep.
My name's Shay Kivlin, aka Young Kiv. I'm from Seattle, Washington. The only goal of mine is really to win the Mountain Belt.
Kiv's been going after that belt since 2016. At some point, he's going to need to get out of this quarterfinal and claim a major.
It's a big night for Young Kiv. He's been stuck at the quarterfinals.
And here he is now in his first championship game, looking to accomplish a goal.
3rd and 4, throws it low. T.Y. drops it.
That was a phenomenal read, and Trini's got the lead.
40-19.
I hate losing way more than I love winning.
Oh, we have an incredible matchup. It's a rematch. Touchdown, Kev. He throws it high, and young Kev is going to be your champion.
Can I play you again?
You want to get smacked again on TV?
Happy face, no! Madden 18 champion.
He's finally done it.
I mean, that's cool. See, that's the kind of fun those games can be. You put them in an e-sport environment. E-sports, that's a big thing that I love.
Okay, baby, how you
Some
doing?
of those games are just amazing.
You still recovering from that butt whooping?
E-sports.
Wow, already starting. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Juju Smith-Schuster from the Pittsburgh Steelers. As you guys can see, king of touchdown celebrations. That's pretty fire. I like that a lot. As you guys know, this is Young Kiv, Madden 18, Madden champion. Like, give it up for Young Kiv, y'all. Give it up. Young Kiv, how has it been? You know, your success and your path, you know, to where you're at today.
It's I've always been a competitor. When I was in high school, I was playing baseball. I hurt my arm. So then I picked up Madden, and at first, I was really bad. I was getting blown out online, but I kept at it. I put more and more time into it. Eventually, I made my first tournament, but I had a big decision. It was the same time as my graduation.
Wow, okay. So the key to be the #1 player in Madden is to hurt your arm in baseball. That's #1. #2, you said you had the decision to go to your graduation or go to the tournament. So, like, what did you do?
I chased that money. I still got my diploma, but I chased that money.
There you go. We're out here chasing money. That's awesome. Okay, now the past few years, how has it been for you? I know you had some ups and downs.
It's been tough. I've had a lot of devastating losses. I've been so close so many times. I made the final on TV and got blown out by all those losses. It made me gain a lot of mental toughness, and that's why I got this belt.
That's awesome. That belt is so amazing. There's a lot of, bling on that belt for you. Well, today, EA Play, first look at the Madden 19 trailer. Super excited. It's going to be so fun. It's lit. I honestly wish I can stay right here and talk to you guys forever, but I'm not going to board you guys. We're going to go out. I'm going to try to take this belt, round 2. So we're out. Have a good day.
You've worked your whole life to get to moments like these. To the very top of the mountain. You battled through the pain and failure. All just to get to this place where you've been told legends are born. You fall so you can rise. And you rise so that you can truly see. See that it was really never about reaching the end of the road at all. But about all the moments that got you here. So, if you were in their position, would you let the moment define you? Or will you define the moment?
I mean, those game trailers always look pretty.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Nathanius, professional shoutcaster, here alongside Redwood Studios General Manager Michael Martinez. How you doing today?
I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah, we're going to do this presentation a little bit differently and give you your first look at a brand new mobile game in a live winner-take-all head-to-head match.
Mobile game, okay.
Michael, why don't you tell us the rules?
Sure thing. The objective is straightforward. Destroy the opponent's base to win. Unit control, super simple. Just tap the destination, unit automatically moves there. The most efficient way to destroy the opponent's base is with this giant nuclear missile in the center of the map. Control the missile by standing on a majority of the control points. A bar fills up while the missile is possessed. Whoever controls the missile when the bar fills up will fire the missile. It takes 2 missiles to destroy the enemy's base and win. That's it.
Sounds great, Michael. Well, enough talking about it. Let's get to this match.
Absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have an awesome matchup lined up for you here today. Fighting for the blue side of the room, if you could please give a cheer for one of the most formidable RTS players there is. Make some noise for In Control.
Yes.
His opponent, fighting for the red side of the room, a competitive mobile gaming phenomenon. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Nick at Night.
So mobile games are, I enjoy some of my mobile games. There are a lot of them
now,
on Nintendo
Mike, it's going to be a real clash of these gaming styles and the competitive backgrounds that these players have. It should be a great match.
It really is. I can't wait.
All right, are the players ready? Let's get this thing going.
Ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Let's
do it.
All right, let's kick this off. Nice little strategy game for those of you out there. It's a good genre.
I'm sure
very
this will be
excited for this. The
interesting
players
as well,
are
but
loading
it
in, and we are ready to
match.
Here we go.
So while they do their gameplay and play,
have been deployed,
quick
and the
reminder
action begins like any
that I will
strategy
be,
game.
I will do my best to live stream as
Harvester to start
much
things off. Nothing too
of
crazy.
the press conferences.
Now the infantry is going to come out to
for
hold that
E3
top
and
point.
any
Both
E3
players,
news
of course,
updates
trying to take that
this coming
position.
week.
Nick at Night being able to reach it a little bit
I'm
first.
only
In a
available
strategy
through
game, that
Tuesday
flank
this
position
coming
that
week.
In Control's going
So
for on the
it's
top side.
perfect
Also very
that
important
I get
as
to at least
Nick at
cover
Night's
all the
forces have
press
to circle around the
conferences.
center.
Right, let's see if he's able to create a
Some of the
2-on-1.
ones
Is he able
on
to get there?
Monday
Looks like he's
that are
getting there.
earlier in the
Here
evening,
comes
maybe
GI
a little tough.
with Rhino. It's going to rip up those infantry.
But I'm going
Going
to
for the
still try from a
anti-infantry,
remote
like any
location
strategy game, the
to
units that
live
you're going
stream
to
my
use
reaction to
when you
those as
deploy
well.
them will have a huge impact. Your micromanagement of your forces and protecting that economy as well.
Nick at Night with
Like
some
I said,
attack
I
bikes in
do
the top.
game
There he
if you're
is.
brand new
In
to
Control
this
placing the turret on the top
channel.
right side to help cover that Rhino as
please
attack bikes move towards
follow
the
me
northwest
on
position. We can see that the
YouTube
missile
and
is
on Twitch,
beginning to ready and
at
firing that. That
Rockstellar.
takes out half your base. The most important objective on the
We
map is to
do,
hold those control
live
zones.
Right, and In Control making a
stream
lot of
gaming
progress to
every
that far
Monday
right
through
side of the
Friday,
map.
7:30 p.m. Central Time.
He's done a great job of holding
Do a
that
lot
down
of
with
fun
the turret,
games.
and now he's redeploying his vehicles to the
Some
south
of them
side,
are
bringing out more
emotionally
infantry to
draining,
deal
other
with the
ones are
attack
very
bikes.
exciting.
And as that
Very
economy
fun,
ramps
but
up, of
it's
course, we're
always
seeing
new, it's
bigger, more
always a different
powerful
game every
units
now and
come
then.
out. We have there the drill pod coming in the left side to help
your ultimate
flank
goal,
with those
if you
flames.
start something, we need to
Right,
finish
absolutely.
it.
Again, those are going to tear through those infantry.
It's going to be
And
difficult
Control
with one
brings
of
out
our
his
games,
first
Stardew
tank.
Valley.
That's going to be used to try and help
That
push
seems to be
back
a
these
perpetual
smaller
game.
forces as he makes his way
But
to the south
I'm
side.
still
That
in
missile
year one
passing
in the summer of year
halfway
one.
now.
Oh,
Both
there it is.
zones, two zones
Okay.
in control of
Let's
Nick
come
at
back
Night. He
and see
will
how
have
we
the
do.
missiles. We see it starts to point towards In Control's
Further
base.
Let's see if In Control can get around to that top corner, able to halt that missile. He does contest the missile, putting it into the yellow position.
Yeah, very important, of course, blocking the pathing of those units is another big factor for this strategy. Holding those locations is so crucial as In Control begins to secure the northwest spot. Another tank's going to come out from Nick at Night to take it out, but now he's bringing out the Pitbull as well to help lock down that north position.
This missile is very, very close to firing. Let's see what's going to happen.
With another turret, In Control flanks, he takes the top, that missile,
And that
fires off.
Wow.
And Nick at Night, one shot away from being knocked out here, as the next one will start to ready up in just a moment's time. In Control's very heavy artillery force is doing a great job at taking control of the map.
Yep.
While you take this time to just
You can
click
see
on that
as more
subscribe
Nick
and
and Knight's
follow button
forces
on
move up
Twitch
towards
and
that north
YouTube.
position, those
Also follow
harvesters,
me
of
on
course,
Twitter.
very
I haven't
crucial,
started.
very
I
important
haven't
to protect those as
tweeted
your
yet.
economy
My
allows you to
first
get these
tweets,
big
but,
late game units. The units are going to come out of it
hoping to
more
build that,
slowly
and
as you get
it
more of them
starts,
on the
using
field.
Twitter a lot more
But
to
In Control
communicate
just
with
spreading
everybody
his forces out, trying to
as
hold this
well.
advantage that he's had so far.
And be sure
Nick
to
at
like
Night
this
is
video
trying to
if
get in
you're
there,
on
but there's a
YouTube.
great
I've
turret
got on
placement
YouTube,
from In Control.
on Twitch,
blocking
it's
and
just straight up
ripping through
gaming.
again those
Everything
infantry.
gaming related.
And we see In Control now
including
moving his
E3
tank towards the
Another
south.
drill pod we're
reactions
seeing with some flame tanks.
on YouTube,
Yeah,
it's
bring
a
in the
lot
flank,
more.
of course. Those
It's,
flame guys do
it's
amazing
gaming,
damage to
it's
the
a
infantry,
variety
help
of
to clean that out.
content, it's,
Meanwhile,
weight loss
2 more
journey.
tanks coming out
So
from Nick and
come
Knight to
on
try and
over,
secure those positions.
hang
He
out
brings
on
up the laser
YouTube
infantry on
and
the
hang
south
out
side
on
as well to
Twitch
deal
as
with
well.
that tank. Going for counters, trying to scout out and see what your opponent is doing and make
Yeah,
the
it's
proper
an exciting
response. It's so
game.
important in strategy.
Absolutely. Nick and Knight cruising around, thinking about harassing those harvesters, coming around the far side
And this
for
game
those
looks
rhinos.
interesting,
Looks
but
like
it's
he's really
not
pressing it.
something that I would play.
And we see that missile is starting to get close to
Wow,
firing
look
with
at this.
3
Mobile
zones
gaming.
in control for Nick
To
and
live
Knight,
stream mobile
looking
gaming
to
for me,
set
I don't have
things
those
back the other way.
capabilities yet.
Control's trying to rally his
So
forces
it's
around. He
not
doesn't want to
even something I would
engage
want
with
to
just
do on
1
my
or 2
channel.
units. He wants to move all of them together,
Unless there's
create
like
a good
a
flank
PC
position, and
version
take
of it on
over that
console.
south.
And we're seeing the first mech units from In Control. This is the Wolverine. Gonna rip, and this little watch out for this missile.
And Nick and
There
Knight's
it
gonna
goes.
fire that one off and settle
All right.
for next missile is gonna end it.
Next missile
Which
wins.
player
Let's see what happens.
will have control. The Wolverines, as you pointed out, for In Control coming out to try and deal with these forces. But Nick
like
and
the
Knight's done a
commentary.
great job
They're
getting
trying to
that
make
presence,
it-
and now
this is
also
what esports
harassing
is
the
all
economy
about.
of
There he
In
is.
Control.
Yep.
So
Wow.
they're turning
Okay,
this
we've got our
mobile game
first
into an
mammoth
esports
tank on the
session.
board. If In Control can get this in
With
position, he's going to do some
commentators.
serious damage.
That missile just past
Building up
halfway
the
ready. He's
tension
also
and
bringing out his first air unit
Wow.
to deal with those.
A lot going on here.
It's got a lot of range, that big boy, and In Control just needs to hold
This
them
missile is
longer.
nearly going to fire.
It can be
That's
stolen at
80%.
any point.
Where is it going to go? Is he going to be able to get it off?
He's got it, Max.
There it is!
He's gonna take it. Defeating Nick and
That
Knight
was
here
legit.
2-1.
Dude, that was epic.
Amazing. What a match.
Was it really
Thank
epic?
you so much.
That was awesome.
Or was
Any
the
thoughts, guys?
commentating
I
building
just
it
came
up
to make
make
mammoth
it
tanks,
epic?
so I've done my job.
Make it feel
Absolutely.
That was
Thank
awesome.
you
We
so
saw a
much.
little bit of everything right there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for Nathanius, Nick and Knight, and In Control. Ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw was the worldwide reveal of Command & Conquer Rivals. Rivals reimagines the real-time strategy experience for mobile. We're giving players complete, continuous control of their armies in quick, competitive head-to-head matches that are fueled by skill and strategy. Now, Rivals will be coming to iOS and Android devices, but I'm excited to announce that Android players can play the pre-alpha today. So head to the Google Play Store, search Command & Conquer Rivals. The studio has been having an absolute blast playing this game, and we can't wait for you to play. Please let us know what you think. Thank you.
This is a trailer for Command Conquer. It's crazy how insane the production level is for a mobile game. The ad campaign for a mobile game. I mean, it is much more intense than the actual mobile version of the game.
Command & Conquer for a new generation. Now, before we close the show with a spectacular epic anthem, I wanted to share a few final things. I am blessed to be able to work with some of the most creative people on the planet who come to work every day to create amazing entertainment. And what I can say about all of those teams, and what I can say about us, is that we are always trying to learn and listen and strive to be better. And so, as you look at the 10 experiences that you're going to see today, and as you play games this week, there's some things we hope come through. First, that at the very core is choice, is that you as players get to choose how you play, what you play, when you play, and what devices you play on. That in making those choices, you feel you are treated fairly, that no one is given an unfair advantage or disadvantage for how they choose to play. That for every moment that you invest, we know that you put so much of your life into the games we make, and that for every moment that you invest, you feel like you are rewarded and you are given value for that investment. And most importantly, that the games are fun. that we move past the grind, and that these are experiences that truly enhance your lives. And so, as we think through all the things that we're trying to do, know that we want to be better and that we want to make great games. And that as much as we love making games and as much as you love playing them, there's something that is even greater that we can do together. The power of this community when we come together to do amazing things is profound. Last weekend was the 3rd year of our Play to Give program, where we show the world how the power of play can be a positive force for social impact. Millions of you out there participated in 9 in-game challenges in our games, logging millions of hours in support of Play to Give. And to celebrate that, we contributed a total of $1 million to 3 charities that share our vision for a more inclusive world. A world where representation and equality are not something we strive for, they are the standards. And where bullying and exclusion are not an everyday thread. These 3 organizations, the United Nations He for She, PACE's National Bullying Prevention Center, and Ditch the Label, an anti-bullying organization, all are doing great work, and we're proud to support them through Play to Give. And thank you for your support.
When the gaming community comes together, YouTube community comes
Thousands
together,
of us at EA and millions of you together doing immeasurable good because we love games.
To give back.
Thanks for being with us, and thanks for the incredible privilege of making games for all of you. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at Anthem.
And spread good to your communities and around the world. This is
the gods vanished.
This is what I enjoy about these
left
gaming
our
communities.
world in chaos.
So turning passions into
altering,
compassion,
destroying. The anthem is all that remains.
There's a storm coming. These walls can't protect us forever.
Pretty game. Please don't tell me it's another first-person shooter. Something about first-person shooters give me
It wants to destroy us all.
yeah. I played them too long. It's just like that headache you get when you're not used to VR, you put on VR headsets and you're so busy. I get that with first-person shooters.
I've seen it a couple times, and it's still cool every time I see it. So I know all of you, like me, have had tons of questions about Anthem since last year because we're all BioWare fans. So we're going to do something a little bit different for the rest of the show, and we're going to take a deep dive into Anthem. So I'm going to bring out some members of the BioWare team to chat with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Casey Hudson, Mark Dara, and Kathleen Rutzart.
Good. Get all the multitude of news out, and then focus your efforts on the biggest game that you're
all right, thanks guys. Thanks for coming out today. Just got a little game to show, right?
Yep.
It's going to be very exciting. So Casey, we're going to go ahead and just jump right in and get started with you. So now, we know that you all started, or Casey, you started your career at BioWare way back in the day, but you took a couple years off. But before you came back, you actually worked on Anthem before you left.
Yeah, that's right. So, you know, first of all, it's amazing to be back. It's awesome to be making games for BioWare fans. You know, we have the best fans. So it's been super satisfying to come back to it. And, you know, I just want to be able to continue the legacy of the studio. And that's kind of where it started with Anthem, is just thinking about, you know, what is the evolution of a BioWare game? And we wanted to create a brand new world for people to discover, you know, a whole new world of story and character. But we also wanted to do something that was, you know, more of a dynamic and living world, a game that would change every time you came back and played it. And we also wanted to do something where, you know, if you wanted to invite your friends into it, then you could do that as well. So that was really the initial vision of the game, not an MMO, not a multiplayer game with story sort of bolted on this side, but something new and different, and I think the team has really captured that vision over the years.
Your fans really love the stories from BioWare, but I think we're kind of curious how you're planning to make story work in this shared world.
So a great story for BioWare is really about characters that you can have a connection with, choices you get to make, and feeling like the story is about you. In a lot of multiplayer games, those things get diluted because you're mixing multiplayer and storytelling into the same areas. Now, you can build a solution to that, but you have to really build it into the core of the game. And that's what we've tried to do with Anthem. It's what we call our world, my story. So when you're out in the open world, the world is really dangerous, and you're focused on your mission. And this is where other players get to play with you. The thing that's really interesting about this, it's unique for Anthem, is that this is a living shared world. So whether there's weather, or it's nighttime, what we're experiencing together. Everyone that's playing Anthem at a moment is seeing the same thing. And this is what we mean when we talk about our world. It's a shared world that we all experience together. But then when I finish my mission, I come back to a base like Fort Tarsus. And this is a single player experience. I turn in my rewards, I talk to some characters, I experience the choices of my action. And this is where your story really lives and breathes. And by doing it this way, we're able to combine that impact and agency of a single-player story with the fun of teaming up with your friends to play co-op in combat.
And we're also designing it so that we can add story for years to come. So one of the first things that we hear when, from our community is they want to continue to play in our worlds. When they've finished Mass Effect or Dragon Age, players want more story. And so we've designed Anthem in a way that we can actually add more story for years to come. And it could be anything. A new moment with a character that you've grown to love, or an event in the world that deepens the lore, or an entirely new storyline and plot.
Well, I'm certainly not going to complain about more story. I don't think anybody out there is going to either. So Kathleen, I wanted to ask you, from a writing perspective, since you are the lead writer, can you speak to what it's like to create a new world like Anthem from the beginning?
Well, what's really exciting for us, and not just the writers, but all of the devs, the designers, the artists, is that we're creating something new and mysterious for players to discover. So at the heart of the premise of Anthem is a world left unfinished by the gods. But the gods left behind their massive tools, and those tools are in constant conflict with this unknowable force called the Anthem of Creation. And the chaos of those things pushing against each other means that the world is constantly being reshaped in new and unpredictable ways.
Yeah, violent storms, mutated creatures, gigantic monsters. It's a dangerous environment that you need to wear a suit of powered armor, a javelin, to be safe in.
Now, something I think a lot of players out there maybe don't stop to think about is just how much work goes into creating a new intellectual property, or IP, as we've been saying. Now, you know, we've seen all these different creatures, and Mark, you mentioned the storms. What's the process of creating a game like from scratch?
Yeah, it's something we've done a few times at BioWare. You know, and really the hardest part is getting started, just kind of getting off the blank page. So what we try to do is we think about the new experiences that we're trying to unlock for players. So like, what is the fantasy fulfillment? What are the new things you actually get to go and do that are different from what you've played before? So that's where we start. And then once we think about those things, You know, that's the power of creating new IP, especially for games, is that you actually get to build a whole fictional universe that's meant to bring out a certain experience. And then once we do that, then we still need to build all the rest of the stuff, and what unlocks us creatively is to think about like principles around art style, tone, and even the technology and the politics of our new world. And then from there, we can actually go and build out every last detail.
Yeah, and one of the unique challenges for Anthem is that it's a world, an experience that's meant to feel alive, like it's happening right now. And so the world is always changing, whether the storms, seasons, and yeah, it's a really great concept to write for, because what it means is it gives us the opportunity to drop into the world, almost in real time, a dramatic event that changes the world for everyone. And that could be anything from gameplay to lore.
I mean, all of the moving parts in the dynamic world sound really cool, the way that they sound like they're going to come together. But even though there's obviously a lot going on, it really all comes back to your character. So let's talk about who we're going to be playing as and why we're fighting these crazy beasts.
So you are a freelancer, uniquely skilled to pilot these Javelin exosuits. And you need those suits to survive and fight in this world, because the world will kill you. But on top of that, our ancient rivals, the Dominion, they've discovered a way, they think, to weaponize the Anthem of creation. And so we need to stop them and protect the free people of Tarsus.
Now, I've heard you call this power armor a couple different things. Is it a suit? Is it a javelin? Like, what's the canon term here?
We call them javelins, and there are 4, and they each have unique abilities. There's the Ranger, and then there's the Colossus, the Interceptor, and finally,
Character
the Storm.
design is really cool.
Yeah, so each Javelin gives you a different way to play the game. But the thing to remember is, like Kathleen said, you're not your suit. You are a freelancer, a pilot, which means you can decide which suit you want to use based on your mood, based on the mission you want to engage in, or the javelins that your friends are using. So really what this allows us to do is we've built the suits to look like they're built from the materials of the world. So they each have their own unique abilities. So let's take a look at the Ranger now. The Ranger is a more generalized suit, able to do a lot of different things, really designed for up-close and personal combat, one-on-one for the most part. The Colossus is heavier, more specialized, but able to really pack in big weapons that let them devastate the battlefield.
See, this looks more third person, which I can handle.
I'm just going to say the Storm looks like it's going to be my favorite. I'm sure you guys out there are picking your faves right now, too. So the javelins look awesome, but we're going to take a couple questions right now. So Casey tweeted, some of you may have seen, asking for people out there to send us your questions. And the first one is going to be from @It'sSweetNicole, who asks, as a player who is all about making their character their own, what kind of customization options will be available in Anthem?
Yeah, so we really want players to express themselves, both through customizing the way their Javelin plays, through gear and weapons, but also being able to personalize the way that it looks, both through paint jobs as well as changing the actual geometry of the suit itself. We want teams to be able to do this as well. And because you're going to be using a Javelin for a long period of time, we really want you to be able to make it your own.
I'm glad you brought that up, because actually, Jay Legato has a question connected to customization. Monetization. How, when, loot box, cosmetics?
Yeah, so we are going to have some cosmetics and vanity items that you'll be able to purchase, but you're always going to know what you're going to buy before you spend any money on it. So no loot boxes, no ability to pay for
that loot
power.
box got people in
So that
trouble.
means no ability to spend money on gameplay advantage at all within Anthem.
If you're a fan of the
But even more
game
important than that, we
theorists,
want to make sure that Anthem is an
like I
immersive
am.
experience that feels like it's complete from
Matt
the
Pat did a
get-go.
great video
So that
on
means
loot
a main
boxes,
story, a big open world, and an
a lot of it
ongoing
came
service
with
that
it
provides
also the
new
issue
content
with,
for a long period of time. New story, new
Battlefield
experiences
and
for
that
everyone.
game.
Well, I'm glad to
just
hear
the
that I can make
randomness
my
of it,
javelin
and
pink.
you
That's really all I wanted to know, I'm going to be honest.
Buying
all right,
loot
Casey,
boxes
we talked
without
earlier
knowing
about this
it's
being
gonna
a co-op
either get a lot of
experience. So can you
crap
tell
or
me
you
a
get a
little
lot
bit
of
about
good
how the
stuff.
team gameplay in Anthem's going to work?
It's a good video to
it really
watch
is
and check
about
out.
the fun of teaming up as a team of
debatable
superheroes
whether
and working
loot
together.
boxes
So
was
you want to get
form
a
of
few people
gambling
together of different classes. So
that
I think here we're going to
other
see
companies were
the
cashing in on.
Colossus. you know, just hammering people on the
So I'm
ground
glad
in
that
gameplay.
Anthem
We
is
can
not doing loot
have a look at
boxes.
that.
You still have to purchase stuff, but
heavy
you know what you're
artillery,
buying,
being
so
really
that's good.
strong, you know, in melee combat. And then here you've got the ranger shooting down from above, and then they're using combos and special abilities and stuff like that. But what I love is you don't just run around, you're swimming and flying as well.
So it's interesting because at the Slate Tones wants to know, how will you balance multiplayer with single-player storytelling?
So Anthem's really built around trying to combine the impact of having your own personal story with the fun of playing with other players. But we really want to make sure that, that playing with other people feels like a choice. So for people that want to just experience the story, you're going to be able to do that. Now going out into an open world like this, by yourself is going to be a little bit more challenging than if the team of 4 people. And we've really tried to balance the co-op experience to be fun even for people that don't normally engage in this kind of thing. So I really hope that everyone at least gives co-op a try.
Okay, that's good to know. If you want to roll solo, you can, but it's just going to be a little bit more difficult. Well, I know you all are on the edges of your seats. How about we show a little gameplay? Yeah? You guys want that? All right, so Kathleen, I think you're going to set this up for us?
I will. So, you and your friends have decided to play a mission called Scars and Villainy. The Scars have put together an acid-based super weapon, so you got to take them out. So you start in the Strider, which is like a giant walker, and it's your forward base of operations. You have a conversation with your crew, Halleck, Faye, and Owen, and you'll hear Owen. He's going to talk us through the mission as we experience it here. And yeah, then you just get into your javelin suit and you head out with your friends.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mark, Casey, Kathleen, for talking to me about Anthem today. We're going to go ahead and roll the gameplay now. Enjoy, everybody.
All right, gameplay footage. That is what I was like. Actual gameplay footage, not cinematic scenes.
Freelancer,
Rendered.
time to get to work.
Faye said these bastards made some kind of acid. They're using it as a weapon. So, find where they're making this garbage and shut it all down.
You're riding a Colossus in this game.
Owen, what's the plan here?
Picking up loads of scars nearby. Take a look around the area, but be careful.
Right. Checking out the scar camp some more.
Look at all the weapons! Oh, and the turrets! Better move quickly.
Alright, that's not Colossus, that's something. What bodysuit armor is that one?
There's a Shaker relic. Wait, something's odd. Get a closer look, would you? See those radiant pieces of energy? They're echoes from the Anthem of Creation. Loads of scars nearby. Be careful. Return them to the relic. You've got to silence it fast. It's gone silent. Disaster averted. Do you think we get a bonus for... Wait, something's happening.
What the hell was that?
I think that was whatever laid all the eggs around here. The sound came from below your position. On the plus side, this definitely counts toward hazard pay. There's a trail of this acid gunk leading down. Follow it, and we should find the source.
It's not too bad, not too bad.
How cool was that? I'm so hyped, you guys.
Yep, and that was actually just a short version of the full demo that we brought here to LA. So if you want to come by the Anthem Theater here at EA Play, you can check out the game live.
So I'm sure the question on everyone's minds, when do we get to play?
When does it come out?
So Anthem comes out February 22nd, 2019 on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC.
So mark your calendars, everybody. Fire off your tweets. Thank you so much again to Casey and the entire BioWare team. I know you guys have that awesome theater outside, so I will see you guys there.
All right.
Give it up for Casey Hudson, everybody. I also want to give a big thank you to all of the developers who showcased their games today and everybody working hard at their studios back home around the world. Let's give them all a round of applause. Now, some of what you saw today, you guys have to wait to play. But you guys, EA has so much available right now. Now, for those of you keeping score, you can get your free trial of FIFA 18's World Cup today. And Andrew told us about the free trial of Origin Access. Yarny is back with a buddy in Unravel 2, which is also available today. Plus, you can take on your friends in Command and Conquer Rivals starting today as well. Now, that's a lot of available stuff that's out today. Is anybody ready to go home and download anything? No? You're like, I just want to go outside into the fan fest. I get it, I get it. So I want to let you guys know to keep your streams going because in just a few moments, the FIFA 18 World Cup live tournament is going to begin. I'm going to head outside and check out the games, but I want to thank everybody for coming down to EA Play today and watching the press conference, and have a great weekend.
All right, we'll watch this ending video, and we will wrap it up for the EA press conference at E3 2018. We won't stick around for the FIFA live stream if you want to do that. You're more than welcome to do that. Since they have a music choice here. It's really good. SOS. Well, with that, all right. So yeah, guys, that was the EA press conference at the E3 2018, at the E3 Expo 2018. It's the first of the many press conferences. Let me pull up the time schedule again so you guys can see that. EA was today. Tomorrow at 3 p.m., the big hitters in the console wars begin with Microsoft at 3 p.m. So Microsoft Day is Sunday, Sony takes over Monday, Nintendo takes over Tuesday. So those are the big three hitters in my book. But tomorrow's also going to be a big day because Bethesda is going to show off what it's been working on. Those are the creators of Fallout and Doom. And then Monday is going to be a big hitter day too with Square Enix and discussions of Kingdom Hearts 3. I am sure that they will discuss that because that is a hotly anticipated game, something I'm excited for as well. It's gonna be a big conference. It's gonna be an exciting year. It's been an exciting year for gaming the past year, and very promising for the year to come. So, EA was good. If you're a big fan into the sporting games like Madden, FIFA, NBA Live, those types of game, it's another year, another iteration of your favorite game. So that's exciting. It is a World Cup season, so with FIFA 18 World Cup Edition, there's a free demo. Maybe I'll try it. I love free demos. I love when people do that, because games that I may be iffy on and wishy-washy on, you give me a demo and I fall in love with it, and you've sold me. So I may give that a shot since it's a World Cup fever season, and check that out as well, just to see what kind of things, what kind of fun things they've added to it. But what I left with EA's press conference, Anthem is interesting if you're into that kind of game. It looks pretty cool. Again, I don't know if it's going to be up my alley, but the two games that do speak to me and speak to me really well, and I'm excited that one of them is already out today. Unravel. I want to first check out what Unravel 1 was all about, but Unravel 2 looks really cool. And since it's already out, I want to check that out. Maybe we can play that together on our live streams here during the weekdays. And in Sea of Solitude, the SOS game that comes out in 2019 from the indie developers in Berlin. Berlin, yes. So I came out of that press conference with two games I am pumped and excited about. Some demos that I can try out if I want, but definitely Unravel that game, and then something to look forward to next year with SOS. So good job, EA. Press conference was okay. If you watched my reaction, I was paying attention for the most part, hanging in there. But maybe you enjoyed it more. Tell me what you thought about it. Tell me if there were games that you were excited about and you were like, why aren't you excited about this? Why aren't you more excited? Maybe I don't understand, and I would love to be educated on it, or see your point of view, see your side of things. I have an open mind, so I'd love to hear what your thoughts were on the EA conference was. But it was a good warm-up for me logistically here with my machines and trying to figure out why there were lag issues. It didn't seem like the lag issues really happened near the tail end of things, so either the folks at EA at the E3 Expo got their own thing situated, or my computer just settled into it. I don't know. But hopefully that it will be a lot better when Microsoft comes in tomorrow. And like I said, during the weekend, today, there was just one press conference. So that's all going to be for today. Tomorrow, I will come back twice. We will do the Microsoft one at 3 p.m. Central Time, and then we will take on Bethesda 8:30 p.m. Central Time and check out what those folks have. So 2 live streams on a Sunday. What? It's crazy. Because what happens? Usually I am live streaming, as you can see on the banner above my head. Live streams, we do live gaming Monday through Friday at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Follow me at Rob Stellar on YouTube and on Twitch, and Rob Stellar1 on Twitter. We have a lot of fun there. Come hang out, help me through some of these games. Almost all these games that we play, I am brand new to, unless it's going to be a Breath of the Wild, which I've had some requests to do some Breath of the Wild gaming as well. But thank you guys for joining me today for the first press conference of the E3 Expo 2018. Good job, EA. Not bad, not bad, not bad. And until we meet again, I'll be back here tomorrow for the Microsoft live stream of their press conference. I'm excited to share that with you guys.